Okay, yeah, so for XP. You're taking what, 5 willpower, Gustav?
And 5 ballistic skill.
Okay. 5 willpower, 5 ballistic skill, sure. What about you, Lambert?
Specialist weapon group parrying.
Okay, sure. Sean, so when you'll be ready, tell us what you're buying. Just a quick recap, Michael, because you were away. You kind of managed to defeat the Dark Elves last time, but the ship crashed onto the shores of Lustria. And that's where we ended.
We made it!
Yeah, the storm was so, it was so strong that that it simply threw the ship onto the sandy shore, and you all lost consciousness. Of course, there were also casualties. I think Brian is noting them. Can you tell us, Brian, how many people you've lost total during the battle?
I don't remember that we did that.
Come again, sorry. Or maybe Sean was doing that, I think.
Sean was keeping track of the calendar. I don't think we actually said how many people died.
No, I said, and that's very important actually, for this game. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Ship runs aground during the storm. 6 more sailors die when the ship wrecks. Okay. During the combat, we lost 22 sailors, 12 Black Griffins, total 38 dead sailors, 12 dead Black Griffins.
Yeah. So good. All good. I knew you noted that because the scenario, well, it requires kind of to keep track of losses. Okay, Johannes, do you know what you want to buy? Okay, Sean just got taken by this Kevin. So, let's start without him very quickly. This is Act 2, and it is titled The New World. The sun rises on a sandy beach, swept white and pristine by the storm. The ocean behind the beachhead, hulk of the maiden, sparkles an inviting tropical blue, all its rage forgotten. Were it not for the wreckage and the bodies laid out on the sand, this would seem a paradise. Beyond the beach looms the great green mass of the jungle. It towers higher than the maiden's mainmast, mist rising of it like the breath of some enormous beast. Birds whoop and cackle in the canopy, the chirps and clicks of insects filling the dark hollows beneath the trees. Even to those born and raised in the great forests of the Empire, this is something else. A new world, trackless, vast, and bursting with life. This is what you see. And, well, despite the troubles and, the storm and the corsairs, you made it. The expedition have reached Lustria. The date is 8th of Broadside. Sorry, actually not Broadside, but probably 8th of whatever month it is right now. Sean, you here?
Yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, cool.
So it's 8th of the current month. Please note that.
Okay.
Did you also heard what I said about the small exposition? I think actually. Oh wow.
I heard some of it.
Okay. Actually, I think it was so good that I'm going to just copy paste that and and put it here. Here, you can all read that if you wish so. Again. So you are all alive. If a little worse for wear. Well, the Black Griffins, they set about securing the beach, and Dr. Vakliger counts the dead and wounded. The captain and the ship's carpenter assess the damage to the ship, although the Maiden has lost her mizzenmast, which is the middle mast, I think. Let me quickly check. Yeah, it is. So, while the Maiden has lost her mizzenmast, she is otherwise, you can all see, intact and grounded in soft sand. She can be refloated, of course, and repaired. Tell me, what are you guys doing? Where are you right now? As I've mentioned before, you are on a white, pristine sandy beach. Behind you, there's the endless ocean. Completely blue, sparkling, beautiful. In front of you, there's this wall of green. And as I mentioned before, some of the trees they are taller than Maiden's masts. You can hear all sorts of strange sounds emanating from the jungle. Birds whooping and cackling. There are some strange growls and maybe even roars. Sometimes you can hear something akin to shouting or screaming, almost human-like, though not quite. And yeah, even from here you can see that there are insects everywhere. Some of them already gathered to many sailors and mercenaries, located on the beach. Though they're not that big of a problem, at least right now. So starting with Mittelmast is the last sail, like the sail at the end of the ship, but doesn't matter. Johannes, where are you right now? What are you doing?
I think I'm trying to make sure that all of my weapons and armor are where I need them and intact, and try to make sure my gun or whatever it is I have is not fouled.
Handgun.
And look
sure.
Look for someone to order me around, because that's what good soldiers do, right?
Of course. Okay, Lambert, what about you?
Where's that wizard?
Well, he's nearby. He's nearby, and you can see that he that he emerged almost unscathed from the crash. He's spending his time just looking, at the aforementioned wall of green. Sometimes his eyes trail some kind of exotic bird, emerging from beneath the jungle canopy. He has this face of someone completely null, almost childlike. Yeah.
Gotcha. In that case, I am showing up, seeing all of my supplies are okay, and if I can't really load, this happened mid-combat, so I've got what was on me, right?
Yeah. Right now, there are no problems for you guys to go back to the ship, take your stuff from the gun deck, right, or from wherever you were staying. In your case, Lambert, you were staying with the wizard in his cabin, so you can go there, grab your stuff.
Is there enough definition to this coastline for me to kind of have a bearing on the map the very crude map that I saw, to know where we're at?
You would need to roll me -20 intelligence test for that, because you only seen the map once. You have navigation or cartography?
I do. I have navigation.
Okay, so roll me navigation -20, and you don't have to worry about botching. So
-20, that will fail.
Okay, you don't really know, mainly because you have a feeling, and this goes for all of you, that where you are right now, it feels kind of alien to you. Like, there's too much blue water behind you. There's too much green stuff in front of you. Even the beach, while beautiful and pristine white almost, it feels strange under your feet. Also, one more thing: you are on the beach right now, so and there's of course the light ocean breeze, but already you can feel the heat, the oppressive, just tropical humidity and heat. It becomes almost unbearable. A lot of people, mostly sailors, are stripping practically to their waist. Even some of the griffins, they put their sleeves up. They constantly remove sweat from their brows. Just so we are clear, if you guys still carry, or rather still wear, the long coats back from the old world, you have trouble. For example, Gustav, you can see that Marla, she tucked her long coat like between herself and her backpack. It's just that the heat is almost impossible to describe.
We can just leave it on the ship, right?
Yes, of course, if you wish.
Yeah.
If you wish so, yeah, sure. Although most people, you can see that they take their stuff with them. So, Lambert, I presume that you want to go to the wizard's cabin and get most of your stuff, or leave something?
I'm getting my pack,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll leave my long coat behind.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave my heavy coat behind.
You leave your heavy coat behind, very well. Anything else, or is that it?
I'm looking through my thing to see
sure.
what else.
Oh.
Keep all that on me. That's all right.
Of course,
Yeah,
I know
that's
that.
really it.
Okay, yeah, sure. You left your coat behind on the ship. You walk to the wizard's cabin, over the deck slicked with drying or maybe even dried out blood, and showing clear signs of combat, signs of axes, that went into wood or swords. There are naturally. There's still some battle detritus, elements of armor and clothing, and probably an odd body part or two here and there, as horrifying as that sounds. So yeah, you went there, left your stuff, returned. Gustav, what about you?
Once I've helped the doctor with any medical emergencies, I want to pay close attention to when they're disposing of the dark elf bodies. I assume they're gonna pile them up on the beach and light them on fire.
Actually, and this is going to be rather normal for this scenario. There are time skips here. So by this time, right now, when I'm asking you guys what are you doing, the dark elves have been already fed to the sharks. Like they're not around. They've been thrown overboard, and you can see that there are in fact sharks nearby, even from a distance. There are those sharp fins swimming furiously at this point where the bodies were thrown overboard. Horrible stuff, of course, but then again, you don't think that Captain Van der Veek or anyone else from the crew had any reservations as to the fate of the Drukai. Sure, you help Dr. Vakliger. She counts dead and wounded. You've lost quite a few men, and you can tell that this, this ails her. She has this grim look on her face, because not only during the battle lives were lost. When the Maiden crashed, few people fell overboard. Few people, fell in such a bad way, like crashed onto the deck that their necks got broken, or maybe they were even crushed by elements of the ship. All of you see that Van der Veek orders the ship's carpenter and his 8 men to remain behind and perform the necessary repairs. There's also this word of mouth, I believe that's how you say it, that they will be the only men left with the Maiden. Everyone else, all of the sailors, all of the griffins, you are ordered to go into the jungle. So, do you want, before you move out, do you want to talk to each other, or just wait for the order to march?
I mean, we don't actively have duties that we're trying to rush around doing, so might as well catch up with my boys.
Yeah. Marla is looking for all of you, starting of course with Gustav, then Lambert, Johannes. You can see
this
that...
is after the the whole ordeal and they've already disposed of the bodies, I want to kind of passively ask the Black Griffins, other sailors, if they heard the Drukai say anything to them, and what did it sound like, what was the context, and I want to try and figure out what they're saying, what their language is.
Okay, let me quickly just see one thing. I would like for you to roll me charm, Gustav. Let's say plus 10%. Oh, that's.
I'll use the luck there. This is important for me.
You haven't passed. Let's check if you haven't passed. I think you have.
This
rather...
is fellowship.
Yeah, charm is on fellowship.
I fail by 2.
Okay, so you want to. Yeah, you want to.
Yeah, I'll use the luck.
Okay.
Okay,
nice.
there we go.
And that's quite a few successes.
I need to learn linguistics in another language, so I'm trying to like role play out like
Sure.
possibilities for that.
So most of the
said to me was, "Ow, I'm dying."
He's gonna learn Elvish secondhand.
So most of the sailors, they look at you strangely. You can tell that quite a few of them are still maybe shell-shocked or, rather surprised at what happened. By the way, this fine art here that I've uploaded is generally how the shore looks. Maybe the beach is slightly bigger than here, but yeah, that's how this looks. So Gustav, they tell you that they mostly heard screaming, that the dark elves they screamed when they attacked, like they were full of fury and spite and contempt. A few of them told you that maybe they heard simple words, but they can't repeat them because they reminded them of verbal knives, so to speak. And they were just unpleasant to hear, unpleasant to register. But since you had like 15 on your fellowship, you've learned that there are a few sailors here who speak other languages than Reichspiel. Because, they were recruited in Marienburg, right? So few of them speak Tylian. Maybe like there are 2 or 3 who know Kislevarin, the language of Kislev. There's, you think, a single man speaking Estalian, and maybe, of course, they say that Mother Akela knows Arabian, right? Just so you know, Bran. So if you want to learn something, then you have options. But sadly, no, you won't be able to learn the Dark Elf dialect from secondhand.
I just figured Gustav would have an interest at this point because this is the second run-in with them, and
yeah. So now I know that some of you were wounded, right? Please tell me who.
I think it was me.
You and Marla, I'm sure.
I'm wounded.
Yeah, I'm down to -1.
You can be -1. You are on 1 after combat.
Yeah. I have 9 wounds left.
I am cherry.
So you're full, right?
I am full.
Okay.
Which reminds me, I'm going to spend 100 and take my last wound of it, plus 1 wound available.
No problem. Okay, so in that case, I am going to roll Dr. Vakliger for treating you, and I will give her a total of plus, let's say, 10% for Gustav. She doesn't really have that much time to, give herself a plus 30%. There are a lot of wounded men here, which means that she has heal plus 10% basic. For Gustav, another plus 10%, so it's plus 20%. Starting maybe with you, Johannes. By the way,
okay.
Yes, she can botch, and yes, if she botches, you lose, you will lose HP.
Lose a limb.
Yeah.
Think he intends not to make her reroll?
No, she's NPC without fate points, so unfortunately not. You are also given healing draught, Johannes, so that you are treated as lightly wounded for the purposes of healing, which means that now you get D10 wounds back. I'm going to roll. 6 wounds back, so you are on 7 right now.
Sweet.
Nice.
Well,
Gustav.
thankfully now I'm on.
Sorry, come again?
Okay. Well, I was gonna say I gave myself a second one because I added a wound. But
Oh yeah.
if that's-
So
okay,
you,
so
you are
it would
on
be
8.
7 or 8.
No,
Yeah.
you are 8.
Mhm.
Sure.
8.
Gustav, now you. I will roll for you, and yeah, 0-8. Nice, 0-7, 0-8. So D10 wounds for you. Oh, sorry, only 2 back. And for Marla, because I believe she was also wounded. I think. Let me quickly check. Where is... Oh yeah, health. What? Oh, she has 5 wounds left. Okay. So also 20%. She got a nasty leg wound. Ooh, I don't think she passed. Yeah, she didn't pass by 5. So, of course, that means, you know, when the healer doesn't pass, it doesn't mean that, you know, there's this red sign, you know, healing failed. It simply means that dressing has been applied, you know, unguents as well, healing draughts, but perhaps the wound was too severe. Maybe it got slightly infected or something like that, and because of that, when the 3 of you or the 4 of you meet at the beach in between other sailors and mercenaries, Lambert, you can see that Johannes, Gustav, and Marla are all bandaged up. Slightly pale, but mostly in good condition.
You guys look like shit.
Thanks, Lambert.
How many wounds did you say I got back? I cut out for a minute.
2.
You only go back to 2 HP.
Okay.
Yeah. Marla is just, you know, she sighs. Yeah, I kind of feel like that. What about you? Seem rather fine, Lambert.
I handled myself all right. Also, I'm small, so I just bounce around like a rubber ball.
That's good. That's good, she says. Well, here we are. She looks at the jungle, and you can tell from the look on her face that she doesn't feel confident, you know?
I don't blame her, man. It's been kind of a shit run.
It's not even about that. It's the fear of the unknown, and you know that all too well. Of course, I'm not telling you what your characters feel, but by you know that all too well. You see that other sailors and even some of the Black Griffins, they take nervous glances towards this, you know, this dense, huge wall of green, of trees, of vines, and you know, and just, you know, that emits all those strange, otherworldly, to some extent, sounds. Yeah.
That's not spooky at all.
Yeah. Remember, you are all relatively simple people from 16th century Europe, right? What amounts to 16th century Europe. Yeah, you're not, you know, American tourists on an all-inclusive holiday trip.
Can I like poke around on the beach for a little bit then? Like if we're not ordered to do anything yet?
Not yet. Okay. And also one more thing. All of you, since all of you are practically Imperials, I mean, Gustav is from Marienburg, but that's basically Empire. You know one thing. In the old world, you never venture into deep forests. Like, even with armed escort, if you don't have to, you never go there. During the day, and, well, I mean, if you want to commit suicide, of course, you just walk in during the night. That's... yeah, some people in the old world, in fact, kill themselves that way. If they can't force themselves to, you know, use a rope or slash their wrist, they simply march in the middle of the night into the forest, and they are never seen or heard again. And this place, it looks like it's completely made you know, of this forest. And there's fear in the air. You can feel that. Yeah. And apparently silence.
No, it's fine. I'm just trying to.
Sure.
Well, so I guess when I'm trying to get myself ready. If we're being ordered to get off of the ship, I definitely want to try to get some of my other gear together. So I'm assuming that I've figured out that having long, heavy coats and lots of thick clothing is probably not a good idea.
No.
But I definitely want to, try to get my, my vestments and my Deus Sigmar and my physician's kit, so as much of my gear that's not, that's not going to cause me heat stroke as I can.
Well, this is how it works. First of all, remember, you are not on the ship anymore. You are on the beach. Second of all,
Okay.
Sure, you can leave your long coat just like Lambert did, and Gustav, I presume you as well, right?
Yeah.
But, Johannes, you can take your uniform off. You are a member of the Black Griffins, and there's no way that you can take the delivery of yourself. You also very quickly realize that you will have tough time. The armor that you're wearing is really building up the heat. Especially the steel breastplate and the steel helmet that you have on your head. And you as well, you can't do anything about that. It's, in the military, you can't just take your armor off. So it's going to be definitely a huge challenge for you.
Okay.
Marla just looks at all of you. Do we know, what is our destination even? Where are we going? I mean, we are supposed to enter this place, but do we know where we are going?
Doesn't seem like anybody knows anything.
Player knowledge. I thought Lambert found out something, but I don't remember now. Remember when he
I saw a map, but I just attempted to do a navigation check, couldn't find shit. I've never been here. I have no concept of where the hell we actually are.
Yeah, I was trying to remember from our last session what you told the guys who were trying to get you to steal the map, and I just can't remember.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I would say, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that at least we're probably in Lustria. We know that name, right? They told us where we were going.
Obviously Bretonia, yeah.
So the question is maybe we can ask some of the sailors who or the cap, ask the powers that be, where we are and where we're headed. Because that's what leaders do. They tell us how to do things and what to do. That's how the Empire works. Everyone's
is the
fulfilling
doctor
the
staying
role.
with the ship?
Sorry, come again, Gustav?
Is the doctor staying with the ship or coming?
No,
with us?
Doctor is coming with you.
Do we have more healing routes? Is there a?
She has a huge supply of, relatively large supply of medicaments. But why are you asking?
Because we're going into the jungle injured, and I imagine most of the other sailors are too.
Yeah, that's why she's now being, very busy, and you as well, patching up as many people as possible. But there's no time to waste, and you all know that von Stiftanzer, the light magician, he wants to enter the jungle as fast as possible. There's no time for everyone to, fully regain their strength. You just, you just pray to whatever god fancies you and march into the forest. That's the tough reality of this expedition. No one can be left behind. Captain's direct orders. And actually, you all know that because few of the older hands, the more seasoned sailors, they are walking between people and shouting the exact thing that I just said. Same with the Griffins. Colonel Neuwald and Brothers Horst, her seconds in command. They also shout out this rather loudly. So yeah, that's that. Right. So I presume you all had this nice chit chat. You've left some stuff, took some stuff. Now, also remember one thing. After the first act, those of you who are training with Black Griffins can buy specialist weapon gunpowder, and those who are sailing as part of the crew, you can purchase the skill sail normally. In both cases,
Okay.
it costs 100 XP instead of 200. So remember that, guys. If you
Okay.
so Sean, for you, specialist weapon gunpowder. Brian and Michael, for you, if you want sail skill.
Oh, for skills we can learn?
Yes, you can buy, even if you don't have it in your advance scheme, you can buy skill sail as if it were part of your character advance scheme. So you can so you can buy it for 100 XP. Right.
All the kids in Marienburg can sail a dinghy by the time they're 2.
You couldn't.
As the Bretonians say, says Marla, touché. So it takes.
So why didn't you already have it then?
I did. I've had it for years.
Oh, okay.
Since before I could talk.
Before you, nice.
I actually do have sailings.
So it takes some time for the expedition to unload their supplies from the ship, and forming up in a ragged column on the beach. Captain Van der Beek spent some time in heated discussion over their charts, trying to work out where they have landed, and at last, when they have come to an agreement, the expedition proceeds into the interior. So now, marching order. This is important. In the dense vegetation of the Lustrian jungle, the best way for the expedition to move is in a narrow snaking column. And now I'm going to tell you where your characters are. Yes, you unfortunately don't have any say in that matter because you are taking orders. So, Vanguard, Colonel Neuwald, and most of the Black Griffins. Middle, Captain Van der Beek and Mother Akela, and rear, Magister von Stieftanzer and Dr. Vakliger. That said, all of you practically are in the middle, because very quickly, as you enter the jungle, it turns out that the column cannot march like in the old world, close formation, right? One person right next to the other. The jungle is simply it is simply too dense. There are no trails, and so because of that, there are sometimes gaps between people marching in this rather loose column. In fact, that are that can even have like 10-15 meters between each person. That said, I presume that all of you want to rather stick together, right? Since you are comrades and all that jazz.
With an eyesight.
Yeah.
Because we're all such good
I
buds.
would try to unless I was ordered not to.
No. Actually, like I said, most Black Griffins, they are located in the up front. But of course, Neuwald, she distributed some of her men like along the entire length of the column, right? And you're one of those men, Johannes. Also because you are rather fresh, you're perhaps relegated to the duty of securing the middle, which is considered a rather safe station. Now, one more thing. There will be a few more things, but this scenario slightly changes the rules of the game. So there will come a time when I will ask you guys to roll for something or to maybe test something, and if I say that the scenario rules overrides what is written in the rulebook, don't be surprised. First of all, there's the most important rule of the scenario. It's called heat and humidity, and it takes place it goes into effect almost immediately. As you march through the jungle, you learn that the Lustrian climate takes a heavy toll on those who don't dress appropriately. So those of you who have leather or leather armor, you need to test toughness. You will do this daily, by the way. Basic toughness, and those of you who wear anything heavier than a leather, for example mail or plate, you do this test at a minus 10% penalty. Also, the damp air increases the jam chance of all black powder weapons by 5%, which means that normally I believe if you roll 95 on a black powder weapon, or something like that, you have a chance for jam or malfunction. So now it's on 90.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. This also applies to, of course, it even applies to the best quality weapons, but I don't think that any of you have those anymore.
No, we filled those.
Yeah. So as you journey through the jungle, you also learn that it practically requires cutting a path through dense vegetation, and few times those of you who do that, for example, Marla doesn't, she doesn't really have strength for that, and Lambert, I know that you only have dagger, but Johannes and you have a sword, right? Few times you could you had a sword because you got it from the griffins, right? Few times you could swear that the vegetation almost resists your attempts at cutting through it. The lianas, I think that's also a word in English, and vines and creepers, they practically they sometimes almost act like it's nonsense, but they move away from the path of your strike, and sometimes even vines that are relatively thin are very hard to cut through. It's as if the jungle itself is resisting you, and you're not alone in that. You can hear, all of you actually can hear curses, and people, sailors mostly, just complaining that their machetes, their axes, boarding axes, their blades are very, they have very tough time going through all this green. So what I want you guys to do now is that all of you roll me toughness test, starting with Johannes, minus 10%, please.
Okay. Sorry, I was at the bottom of the character sheet.
No worries.
Toughness. Oop.
No, you want to reroll that? Now,
yeah.
Okay, before you do, I have to be transparent in that. If you if you fail, like right now, what this means is that for this day, it means that you get minus 10 penalty to all statistics, not tests, statistics for the rest of the day. But if you botch, you get a minus 10 penalty permanent until the end of the scenario to all statistics. That simulates the heat, effectively just slowly killing you. So
I'll just fail it for today.
So for this day, and again, remember, this is not for tests, it's for statistics. There is a difference, believe it or not. Lambert, you have leather on you, right?
I do.
So roll me basic toughness test, please.
Boop.
You've passed. Nice.
Yay!
Barely. Okay. Gustav, please.
Hey, barely is good enough for Lambert.
Of course. Successful test? No. It's a successful test, right? Gustav,
I
do you
like
want
my
to reroll
success
that?
like my ladies.
Do you want to
Barely.
reroll that, Bran, or do you want to keep it that way?
Yeah, sure. I'll reroll it.
Remember remember what I said. Okay.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. 70.
Okay.
Because you've heard me, Bran, right?
What are the chances there?
You heard what I said about the botched humidity test, right?
Yeah, that's not a botch. So that's just a
No. Just checking because you know. Sure. Also I will roll very quickly for Marla. She doesn't have leather on her, so that's only no. All right. After a few hours of trekking through the jungle, except you, Lambert, all of you, Johannes, Gustav, and Marla, you feel terrible, and there's no way of just pretending that that is otherwise. The humidity, the oppressive heat, the constant feel of sweat trailing down your spines into your nether regions. Johannes, you swear that you have liquids splashing in your boots, in your high Black Griffin boots, and you wonder if that's like Django perspiration, so to speak, or maybe if
Drop of water between the butt cheeks.
Yeah, or if it's your sweat just gathering there. Those of you who failed, you don't really walk, you just shamble through the jungle. Stumble through the jungle, just hitting your face on every single vine hanging from the trees, trying to avoid huge roots emerging from the undergrowth. There's also there are also insects, mosquitoes, and other and other very nasty bugs of all sorts. They are just constantly biting you, and it's infuriating. Lambert, you've passed, but what I want to say is that even though you passed, you are also very uncomfortable. You just managed it better. But that's just bad. That's really bad. You've never felt so bad in any environment in your lives. Not even during the most oppressive summer in Aldorf, or Gustav during the one of Marienburg's harsh winters. This is on a completely different level. So you don't really have time to chit chat because it's not even about time. You don't have strength. But the hours pass. Time goes by, and eventually, at the end of the first day's march, you emerge onto the banks of a wide river. There are two ancient monoliths, standing one to either side of the water, and they are carved in the stylized likeness of rearing snakes. The entire expedition stops at the shore, and Magister von Stiftanzer is jubilant at the sight. The serpent stones, and you know that, Lambert, are one of the landmarks noted on his map, and they confirmed his calculations of where the Maiden was beached. All of you also, as you gather to look at those very big, very strange-looking monoliths, you can see that tangled in vines at the foot of the monolith, on the near bank, on the side of your, on your shore, so to speak, there are two human skeletons, picked clean by the insects of the jungle. The expedition leaders gather to inspect them. And by their arms and armor, which have turned almost to solid rust, Colonel Neuwald identifies them as Estalians. I suppose this at least proves we're on the right track, says the captain. We're not the first to seek this place. I know the others that went before. They ended up like these fellows, did they? Asks Mother Akela. Her tone is innocent, but there is a definite glint of curiosity in her eye. Don't suppose you'd know what got them, Captain? The captain clams up, seeming to realize he has said too much. Colonel Neuwald intervenes. Unpreparedness, she says firmly. They didn't have us. Gottfried, Dietrich, fetch some shovels. The least we can do is give the poor beggars a decent burial. Graves are dug, and Mother Akela performs a short ceremony to commend the dead men's souls to Mor, even though she's a priestess of Manann. That's not uncommon for in the old world, for priests of other gods to commend the souls of fallen or of dead people to Mor if there is no priest of Mor nearby. Of course, some priests, they don't do that, mostly Sigmarites. But you have a feeling that Mother Akela is not so strict when it comes to, matters of religion. The expedition makes camp at the foot of the Serpent Stone, and Lambert, you were summoned by Magister von Stiftanzer. He consults the map. He looks at the map and says, "Oh, Lambert, welcome. Here you are. I summoned for you. I couldn't find you. You're slightly too short, but I'm glad that you're here." Yes. By the way, he's not saying that. It's one thing that you've learned about him, Michael. It's like this old school racism, they don't really feel when they are racist. They will use words like boy and blackie, stuff like that. This is similar. It's obviously very inappropriate for him to say things like that to you, but you can see that he doesn't really that he's not thinking about it, which of course is bad in itself. We are on the right track, my assistant. You see this high plateau over there, and he points in in the direction of I can't show you this yet. He points in the northwestern direction, you think. And indeed, you can see that there is a high plateau seen looming out of the jungle. Even from the distance, you can tell that it's huge, that it's massive.
Yeah.
I ask you a question? I'm sorry?
Yeah, no, I see what you're talking about, yeah.
Yes, of course. Thank you. You can see, you can tell that he has that he's having a great time, that all this stuff is very new for him, but suddenly something happens, and as he's making his calculations, von Stiftanzer is distracted by a troop of monkeys who descend from the trees and into the camp with no fear of humans. The monkeys are black with white tails and sometimes white stripes on their heads. They are looking very friendly and not at all threatening. Most sailors, they laugh when they see them. Gustav and Johannes and Marl, of course, you also see this this small tribe emerging from the trees. And Lambert, you also can tell that one of the monkeys, is very entranced by the shiny Verenan pendant hanging from von Stiftanzer's neck.
Oh. Boss, you may want to put that away.
Oh? wait, this?
Yeah.
And he grabs
Yep.
it. Why?
Because they want it.
Oh, they want. I don't think so. They're probably very interested about this pendant. Look, there's no harm, and he unclasps the pendant, holds it in his hand, goes on one knee and extends his hand with the pendant towards the monkey. The monkey in question approaches very carefully. It does this funny movement with the head, from like tilts it to one side and to the other. And then Sandy seizes the pendant and flees back into the jungle. Few of the Black Griffins cock their handguns, but von Stifttanzer, even though he's a little miffed, he orders the soldiers not to shoot. No, don't do this creature any harm. I can get another pendant when we go back to the old world, and they are fascinating creatures. I would so love to bring a live specimen back to Aldorf. And when he says that, Van der Beek and Neuwald just shake their heads. He looks at them. He realizes that they won't allow him to use expedition's resources to chase a monkey. Lambert, come here.
Yes, sir.
You have those friends with you, right? The one of them is a Black Griffin, right? There's the woman, the only woman except for Mother Akela and Dr. Wackliger, and of course Colonel Neuwald. And there's this funny fella with wasteland accent, right?
Yes.
Please fetch them here to me. And you come as well. Quickly, please.
All right. I go get them and let me just say, could you guys please accompany me to talk to the wizard? Please.
Well,
guys, I made a mistake. This guy won't shut up.
Just some of your own medicine there, Lambert.
No.
Lambert, you can count on me, says Marla. Gustav, he can come to you as well, right?
Yeah, that was the whole plan when I came. I was gonna have Lambert's back.
Yes, and Johannes, come on. We went through so much together. Let's stick together.
Of course, if only to see Lambert squirm of somebody talking too much.
Marla snickers when she hears that.
I'll let the doctor know that I've been ordered elsewhere by the wizard.
Just so we are clear, Gustav, Wackliger is not really keeping a strict eye on you. She even told you that she expects you to help her when the situation requires it, but other than that, you are free to do whatever you wish.
Okay.
So you don't have to walk right next to her. In fact, remember she's located at the rear of the expedition. You are in the middle. So you join Lambert and you go to Magister von Stifttanzer. He looks at all of you and he smiles broadly. Oh, you are all here. Splendid, he says. Look, I have a proposition for all of you. I would love, and without even asking if you agree or not, he just continues. I would love to bring a live specimen of one of those black and white monkeys back to Aldorf. I will pay you a bounty of 40 gold crowns if you manage to catch one, alive of course, and bring it to me. And of course, once you catch it, you need to naturally take care of it. I won't have the time nor the inclination to do that. So, what do you say?
I say, we totally haven't abandoned or forgotten about various animals in our many years of traveling together.
Oh, I remember the mule, Lorenzo, right? Yeah. Yeah, shit. I remember Talaheim.
Yeah. Good time. Good time.
Good times.
Sounds
good times.
kind of like on the way home thing.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
On the way out of the jungle, we can grab one.
yes. Just look, as long as you manage to grab one before we leave, I'll be very pleased, and I will pay you a lordly sum of 40 gold crowns. That's quite a lot of coin, especially for common people like yourselves, right? I've heard that.
If you say so.
Yeah, you
That-
little shit stains. Yeah.
On the way home, we stop at ye old monkey store, and we get you a monkey.
No. I don't want to buy a monkey from one of the stores in the old world. It's clear that that you don't really get it, although I'm not surprised. I want a real one.
yeah.
Real one from the
Those
jungle.
Those old world stores just sell you snotlings they painted black.
Really? That's fascinating. Is that legal? Or are you...
Frowned upon.
Oh.
Uh,
Well, anyway, sorry, I must really return to my studies. Look, are you interested? If yes, then before we return to the Maiden, catch me a live monkey, and as I said, I will pay you 40 gold crowns. Of course, not per person, 40 gold crowns total, or to the one who gets the monkey. So, what do you say? You can see that Marla just nods her head. She has this look on her face saying that whatever, but she just, yes, of course. Splendid. Very well. What about you two? He looks at you, Johannes, and you,
course.
Gustav.
If the opportunity presents itself, I'll give it a shot. But I'm better at giving you a dead monkey than capturing one alive.
Well, yes, obviously, it's clear that with all this armor and weapons that you only can resort to violence, this coupled probably with the excessive amount of Sigmarite symbolism means that you fetishize war and violence. I understand that, but I will need a live monkey, and I mean that. It is obvious to me that you are not a follower of Verena. You prefer a more direct approach to life, but even you should realize what I'm saying.
in
I
Lambert's,
just
in
have one
Lambert's-
question.
Wait. Not everyone at the same time. Lambert, first you.
in Lambert's head, he's just like, does wizard school not have bullies? Because this guy needs it.
Okay, after that we have Bran.
I just have one question.
Yes.
What exactly do you intend to do with this live monkey?
Well, I intend to study it.
Not dissect it or hurt it, right?
You know the word dissect? Oh, you're Dr. Vakliger's assistant. Oh, so you must be an educated man. Well, kind of.
Look,
I'm
think
sorry.
you-
I thought that you were one of those barrow pushers. No, I don't intend to dissect it. In fact, I intend to give it a very good, comfy home in the colleges of magic. Well, in the College of Light, of course. That's where I'm from. Back when we are in Aldorf. What, do you think I'm some kind of barbarian? No, none. Why would I want to dissect a monkey? That's barbaric.
I'll only vivisect it.
Yeah, exactly. Sean, you were saying something?
On our way back, I'll try and find you a monkey then. There's no harm in this.
Excellent. Thank you.
I was just going to say back to him, yes, to a hammer, everything is a nail.
Yes,
Your lordship.
I know. He says. He looks at you very disappointed. Hammers, nails, beating hammers. Nails with hammers. Yes. Well, at least you'll be fit to carry the cage with the monkey that this fine young man here will catch. That's all you Sigmarites are good for, manual labor. Anyway, I'm sorry. I need to get back to work. Lambert, you can go do something else, whatever you wish to do. For now, at least.
Yes, sir.
When when he goes away, and you can all see that he has this like notebook, and he constantly fills pages with probably all sorts of observations. He loves looking at birds. He loves sketching. Everything. Anyway, so when he goes away, Marla just looks at him and says, "Wow, what an asshole."
Yeah.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
I just want to say, it was nice living in a cushy cabin for part of the trip.
Yeah.
But fuck, I kind of fucking miss this shit. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. If we survive this trip and he survives with us, somebody please kill me.
Yeah, I mean, you have to kind of feel silly, right? You sold your soul to the...
I didn't sell my soul.
To the biggest douchebag in the expedition.
Didn't sell my soul.
Willy fucking Wonka over here.
He just told me to,
I'm
say
getting Willy Wonka vibes. I don't know why.
He said my name was Oompa Loompa, and that he saved me.
Maybe.
Wilhelm von Wonka.
Yeah, Wilhelm von Wonka. Just says Marla, maybe don't let him hear you saying that. I mean, he's a wizard. They are all insane, except that Corbinian fellow. He was pretty nice. So anyway, Lambert, just some good news for you, at least. You during the trip and now when the expedition broke camp, you learned that von Stiftanzer loves speaking to Van der Beek a lot and just boring him with whatever he was boring you with during the trip. So you are kind of relieved, at least in some way, that you're not the only target of his constant just chatter. So now I would like for you to tell me one thing. Does any of you have common knowledge or trade, stonesmith perhaps, or architecture, stuff like that?
I don't think so. I don't anyway.
Not I.
Okay. Now,
No.
So, the stones. The stones are obviously, they are impressive. And someone made them. And very quickly, all of you learned that there's a lot of talk about, who made them in the expedition. Do you want perhaps to gossip, to chat, or do you simply, don't care?
Absolutely.
Okay. So now, who do you want to ask? Because remember, you have few options.
Sorry, I'm not jumping on it because my dog just puked. So.
Mm-hmm. So, Gustav, do you want to speak with Sorry, do you want to speak with the sailors or with someone else about the stones?
Oh, maybe the Black Griffins, because they would probably speak with soldiers from other regiments, maybe if they were in the war or something. Maybe they've heard something from somebody once before. I don't know. They're probably the ones that have the most reach.
Okay. So you go to the Black Griffins, to one of, to a small group of soldiers already preparing their camp nearby. This area near the river here, where the expedition stop is, it's incredibly overcrowded. Remember, you're still in the middle of the jungle. The fact that you are close to the river doesn't mean that you're in the clearing. You're not. There are trees everywhere. There are bushes everywhere. There are vines everywhere. And I don't, of course, have to tell you. I mean, you as players, not as characters, that there are lots of things creeping through the jungle. And during your trip this day, you've already probably encountered more than a few times snakes, very large insects, including spiders. Of course, mostly they were harmless, and by that I mean they didn't attack you, but they looked nasty. And so when you prepared to camp, and when other people also prepare to camp, they make they make sure that where they put their blankets, that it's clear there, right? That there's nothing slivering under. So you go to the Black Griffins, Bran, and well, let's say that there are like 4 of them. They're trying to start a small fire, but it's very hard because, well, it's damp everywhere, right? So you can tell that they are already rather frustrated. How do you approach this?
I'm gonna say, yeah. I figured you boys have seen your way around the world, different campaigns and such. Have you seen anything like this before?
They look at you. You can tell that, of course, like practically all of the Griffins except maybe Johannes, they look like veterans. One of them, spits not at you, of course, but behind his right shoulder. Well, says, well, lad, probably sailors here would know more than us. I mean, this is some pagan shite right here. But people were talking, like when we were traveling here. Some of the sailors, and even back in Marienburg, when we were preparing to leave, and he looks at the others. Well, that there are beastmen here in Lustria, and he says that rather quietly. But, mind you, not like any beastmen from back home, eh? Nah. The lizard kind of beastmen. Perhaps they are the ones who made those stones. I mean, it's clear that they represent some kind of a serpent, right?
But the beastmen we have back home don't build cities. They don't build
stuff
like that.
He says another one. Kids here, right? I mean, when we fought the beastmen back in the Empire and near the border of Bretonia, they didn't build shit. Well, I mean, they kind of built with shit, their own, totems to their dark gods and other otherworldly creatures. But they never created anything.
More than I know.
Yeah, they never created anything more complex than a tent made from flayed human skin, or a simple wooden barricade. Hell, most of the weapons that they were using, it was clear that they were looted. This here, and he looks at the monoliths. This here looks like something or someone rather intelligent made that, right?
Do I have the creeps looking at it the way I would like something from the Dark Gods?
Well, you remember, I think none of you guys ever encountered anything chaos related. You only had like a stint with the Necromancer and the Drukai. But if you are asking me as a player if Gustav has this kind of unpleasant feel when he looks at it, I will tell you this. When you look at the stones, especially at the one on the side, on your side of the river, you feel dwarfed. This is a monolith. Like, I really want to emphasize that this is not a small statue. This is huge. And even though it's the style in which it is made is at the first glance rather simple, the scale of it and the hidden details tell you that it wasn't made by a mindless being. And you feel very like unnerved just being in its shadow. Or perhaps it's just this mix of being in this alien horribly humid and hot jungle, right next to this river that is sludgy brown. It's also rather wide, and those two monoliths. You don't know what they represent. If they represent some kind of a gate, perhaps maybe maybe a warning sign. You have no idea. Perhaps it's a landmark. That's the thing. You don't know, and the fact that you don't know fills you with unease, Gustav. And in fact, this goes for all of you. All of you feel the same way. Lambert, Johannes, and of course Marla. Well, you better go, kid, says one of the soldiers. We marched the entire day. We want to catch some sleep before moving forward next morning.
All right, I go in for the old world equivalent of a fist bump and
Yeah, sure.
say peace.
Yeah, you probably just clasp their hands. They're not snotty or anything. They do the equivalent of a fist bump. Lambert, what are you doing?
I mean, they did all the fucking heavy lifting here, so I'm just. Are we gonna? We're staying in camp tonight.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna go hang out at the kitchens as best I can and try and eat stuff because I can't deal with fucking dipshit McDougal and his magic talk.
Yeah. Well, you probably know that before you do that, you should probably go to Dipshit McDoodle and ask if he doesn't need anything. Remember, you are, after all, his assistant. But if you do, yeah. Well, I mean, he doesn't. He kind of does, like the entire expedition kind of does, so to speak. But
all right,
just so you know, we don't have to RP this. If you come to him and ask, then he tells you that he doesn't need you now. Right. He's busy scratching something in his notebook and says, "No, thank you, Lambert. You are very helpful as always, but I don't need your services right now. I will hear from you tomorrow morning. Now, go away." Shoo.
Got it.
Sean is on the other channel. Oh, now here he is. Hey, Sean.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries.
Fat fingers. I accidentally closed out my my tab. I'm like, whoops.
Now just one thing, Michael. If
I heard Lambert was doing something.
Yeah, Michael. If you prefer, you can ask. You could probably ask Magister what he thinks about the monoliths, if you want to, of course. You don't have to.
They're probably the most insight too.
Well, yeah, but he's not always the most forthtelling. Like the map was. I don't know. I'm not in the wrong for not trusting this guy.
He's definitely odd.
So how about those stones?
What?
I really want to stress that I'm asking this. Has anyone watched The Birdcage?
Yeah.
No.
I really want to stress that I'm saying this so how about those dolphins?
Yeah. In New York, how about those Mets?
Yeah.
I haven't watched, but okay. So you ask him about those stones, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So he, in the gloom that is slowly coming over the jungle. In fact, when you were walking through the jungle, it quite often it became not completely black, of course, but gloomy and semi-dark, mostly because the trees here they range from relatively normal tall to, as I mentioned before, taller than buildings. Some of the buildings in the old world, like tall buildings.
Yeah.
And their canopies sometimes overlap or are just so vast and massive that they block out the rays of the sun. Also, because of that, when the sun, when the day slowly comes to an end, it comes much quicker when you are walking through the jungle. So even in the gloom, you can see Lambert, that von Stiftanzer looks at you with a surprised look on his face. Oh, you mean the monoliths?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they evidently required great architectural prowess to build. They obviously couldn't have been built by savages, whom I believe to be the only current inhabitants of the continent. I believe, he says, that the monoliths are the work of the Old Ones.
I don't know what that is.
Well, I mean, my theory, Lambert, is derived from my study of human and elvish mythology. You see, I think that the Old Ones and the gods of the human and elvish pantheons are one and the same. Elvish myths of the Old Ones refer to a time when the gods walked the earth beside mortals, a golden age brought to an end by the coming of chaos. Well, I am, of course, extremely excited to be walking in the footsteps of the gods, which you also should be, because you are my aide. That's a great.
Yeah, of course.
That's a great honor. Now, Lambert, roll me Common Knowledge Empire, please.
I will. I don't think I need to roll this on this. This sounds like extreme heresy kind of thing.
Yeah. Actually, you don't. You know that.
Yeah, I know what this roll is for. This sounds like super heresy.
Saying things like that in the Empire would land this man on a stake faster than you could say, Stiftanzer is a tool. Of course, there are no witch hunters nearby, right? And no priest of Sigmar. But what
I'm
he's
the closest you're gonna get.
Yeah, but what he's saying amounts to very, very dangerous talk. And probably you can feel even slightly chilled by the fact that you are in league, so to speak, with a man saying something that, magister or not, would at the very least guarantee him a very thorough, and unpleasant investigation by the church. In fact, by all the churches, not just Sigmar. That even churches like Verena, Verena or Myrmidia, they also would have a dim look on things like that. But you can see that Stiftanzer, it's not like he's excited that he's saying heretical shit. He's excited because he's excited. He truly believes that.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, if that's all, as I've said, I still have some work to do, and there are still a few rays of the sun left. So I'll see you next morning, Lambert.
Yes, sir.
Bye, he says.
Bye.
Peace out.
Alright, go to find me something to eat.
Yeah. Now, for when it comes to food, and this is rather important for all of you, the expedition works in a rather ordained way. Everyone carries their own stuff, their own weapons, their own blankets, their own backpacks, stuff like that. You also, all of you, carry your own food. Now, I'm not going to ask you to write down the exact amount. I just want you to and count the encumbrance. Doesn't really matter in that case. I just want you to realize that you are responsible for your own foodstuffs. All of you still have rations of beer, although it's getting bad very quickly. Just so we are clear, you will probably only be able to drink it for like day 2, maybe 3, before it gets completely sour. You also, of course, have grog. Grog is, for those of
just
you...
rum and water.
rum and water, yes, and that's what actually most sailors drank back then. It killed bacteria. It was also incredibly foul. Like on most ships, grog was made with the still water from the lower decks. So yummy. You also have hardtack, of course, salted pork, and while there were no direct orders not to forage for your own food, in fact, you know that few sailors already tried and did that. The old hands, they like told everyone of their charges that you don't really know the local fauna and flora, right? You don't know what's toxic and what is not, so you do this at your own peril, so to speak.
I wonder how those monkeys taste.
Yeah, but what I want to emphasize is that there is no group kitchen. There is no line for food. Guido Borch and his two aides, Heinz and Hellmans. Yes, I'm still proud of that joke, thank you. They only prepare food for von Stiftanzer, Van der Wijk, Neuvold, Akela, and that's it. Everyone else, you're on your own. You have to do it yourselves. Either cook it communally, like many sailors and griffins do. They just, have a single pot and they contribute, each of them. One will, for example, add a few biscuits, the other some pork, stuff like that. Or just eat it from your backpack, right? So
I would assume that since we're such good friends, that we would communally eat together.
Well, I presume that all of you like stay together, like you have your own camp.
Yeah.
Unless some of you want to tell me otherwise, I presume that Gustav, Johannes, Lambert, and Marla, you are sticking together. While it is rather uncommon for Black Griffins to mingle with the sailors, no one tells you anything, Johannes.
Yeah, my intent is to, unless I'm ordered not to do something, I'm just going to do stuff.
Okay.
I mean, as long as I know it, it's not, specifically something that I'm forbidden to do.
Yeah. So when it's already practically completely dark, and the sound of nocturnal insects fills the air, not only that, but also strange sounds of when the darkness falls on the jungle. The sounds, of course, become much more sinister. There are many unnerving sounds coming from between the vegetation. Mostly roars, shrieks, the rustling of nearby leaves and breaking of branches that make men reach for their weapons. But so far, at least, nothing emerges to attack them. So when the darkness eventually falls on the jungle, the only thing that happened to Johannes is that Otto Horst, the older brother, approached your camp, and asked if you are fine, and ask how you are doing, soldier.
I'm doing fine, sir. Thank you for asking. Is there anything you need me to do?
He smiles at you. You can tell that the heat is also getting to him. His face is clammy. He reeks, like all of you, by the way. Even after this single day, you all stink unimaginably. He says, No, lad. Plenty of days left to go, from what I've heard. Just wanted to make sure that our newest addition to the company is still on his feet, but glad to see that you're up and running. Carry on. If I'll need anything from you, or if the colonel will need anything from you, we'll let you know. Now rest. And he, smacks you on the shoulder and just moves further.
Actually on the
I
butt.
salute.
Yeah. Smacks on the butt. Says, "Come here, boy."
Happy sailing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Polish my musket, please. Sorry, that was horrible. No, of course, he doesn't say that. So when Lambert, when you return, you can see that the rest of the crew, or your crew, of course, your people, they practically prepared, a camping site for the night, removed the excessive leaves and vines, making sure that there are no unpleasant surprises. They even managed to start a small fire. One of you is carrying the pot. Again, I don't really... Let's say that you can carry, sure, no problem.
Well, I mean, it's one of my weapons, is my big old frying pan.
Okay, yeah. So, on the fire you place the pot, and in the pot, of course, goes some of your rations. This is not going to be a gourmet meal, but it's going to be warm, it's going to give you strength, and that's what's important. Marla is already taking a few sips from from her beer's wineskin filled with beer. So, Lambert, what did you learn from the from Wilhelm von Wonka? She asks. Yes.
Is everyone else back at camp?
Yeah, let's say for like.
I just sort of like gesture to bring everyone over.
Mm-hmm. You all huddle together. Also, don't worry. Like other camps are like 5, 6, 10 meters from you, so
Dude, that guy's a fucking like nutcase. Like a nutcase. Like
why?
Some straight up heresy shit.
What? A magister of the colleges?
Like he's talking about walking in the footsteps of the gods, and how like elven and human gods are the same.
What? You can
Wait, what?
Marla,
yeah.
You when you said that, her mood slightly changed, and she takes a very quick glance all around you if no one else is listening. Johannes,
hello?
You are also here. I'm waiting for you guys.
Okay.
I mean, like I thought this was a pretty big deal. I'm sorry it wasn't that interesting to you guys. My bad. I'll shut the fuck up now.
Well, wait, so there's a elven counterpart to Ulrich, Shalaya, Renald. Like,
Dude, I don't know the elven gods. Don't ask me.
Yeah, why do you know the elven gods?
I mean,
What kind of heretic are you?
He's not saying elven.
No,
he just said human gods.
Well, first of all, I briefly blacked out for a second and didn't hear anything you guys said. But
we're walking in the footsteps of the gods thing.
all of the gods.
Yes, we are walking the footsteps. I was gonna say we are walking in the footsteps of the gods. Sigmar. That everybody knows that.
Okay, but like he thinks I'm pretty sure he's going in the direction of I will be one because I'm walking in these footsteps.
That's
like he is orgasmically giddy.
all right, says Marla. That's look. Maybe he's saying that because he knows we're far away from the Empire, and there will be no witch hunter. Yeah, nearby listening. But I mean, that's heavy. That's dangerous. Really dangerous.
Yeah, that's some heavy shit.
Well,
also, Johannes, don't take this the wrong way. She looks at you. But from my admittedly limited theological knowledge, I don't think that Sigmar ever threaded the jungles of Lustria, unless I am mistaken, of course.
we don't know where he went.
Well, he went east, right? We are west.
He went over the mountain.
Well,
everybody knows that.
Well, I believe that the old world is a sphere, and
wait, what?
Well, it's flat circle, all right? Flat circle.
And
there's ice wall.
There it is.
Of course, it's flat.
Anyway,
Yeah, there's this ice wall on the outside that keeps you from going too far.
Yeah.
Well, you know, yeah, he did go east, but nobody knows where he went after that. So he's been gone a long time. So you never know. But I believe Sigmar is in all of us.
Definitely. Although I'm
I
not
asked-
sure if he's in Stiftanzer, given what he's saying.
A little deeper in you.
Oh.
Yes, he's a little deeper in me. I asked him to come in me. So
Yeah.
You know what? I think I'm
Sorry.
going to go to bed, says Marla. That's enough theology for one eternity. Thank you.
You started it, Mark.
How tall are these monoliths?
These monoliths, how tall?
Yeah.
They are, well, I would just say that they are very tall. And they are larger than your usual old world building.
Not your
That's-
average picnic bear.
Yeah.
So like, I have no stonework or like architectural knowledge, but I've probably seen scaffolding on the sides of like city walls and stuff before. Like, is this one of those things where it's unfathomable how it was built, or?
You mean if they were built here on the site, or were they brought here? Is that it?
Yeah, or just like standing it up without the whole thing falling over, sort of thing.
You
Like,
wouldn't
how
be
did they-
able to tell that without appropriate knowledge, unfortunately.
Okay.
You would need to have at least basic understanding of construction, of stonework, of architecture.
I'm just gonna see like how marveled I would be at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, unfortunately. The only thing that I can tell you is that they are insanely huge for humans, for normal, people from the old world. They are on both sides of this river that you learned is named Curveza. I'm going to enter this here.
The curved river.
Yeah, and that's it. That's it really. So if that's all, we'll probably move to the next day, because remember, you are all completely exhausted after this day of trekking. Not just those who didn't pass the test, but all of you. And I want to emphasize that moving through this jungle, there are no trails here. Sometimes in the Empire's dark, grim forests, even though insanely dangerous, sometimes there are hunting trails or scouting trails deep within them. Not always, not often, but sometimes. Here, there is none. You ache. All your bodies ache, especially those who are still wounded. You finish your meal, take a few swigs of the beer while it still holds up, although you can already taste the sourness. Then you prepare your blankets, you lay down on the damp jungle ground, and you try to sleep while listening to the sounds of the unknown. Fortunately for all of you, not only were you not required to take any watches, but also nothing happened. Now, as I mentioned before, there will be time skips. So, Sean, I believe you take care of the calendar. So I would like for you to note that 4 days pass. The expedition's route leads 4 days inland, following the course of the river. You are walking relatively close to Curveza. This is slow going through the jungle, with no road or trail for the calm to follow. And now, all of you, including Marla, for whom I'm going to roll, you need to roll me D100. This is not a test. You can't botch it. So please, each of you, roll.
Just a D100. Is it against any stat,
No,
or is it
no.
just a D1?
It's just a D100 roll.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's a pretty good roll, Gustav.
Sorry, trying to find the dice roller.
No worries. I'm going to roll for Marla. Okay. Gustav, congratulations. You won. You won the reward of being the first to roll on the Jungle Hazards table. This is another rather important element of this scenario. From time to time,
I didn't win at all.
I know, it sucks, especially for you. Now, from time to time, I will ask you probably to, just like now, roll me D100, and the winner, the one who rolls the highest, will get a roll on the Jungle Hazard table. This represents, well, what can happen to you in the jungle. Of course, only I have the table. But, Brian, I would like for you to roll me D100, and now another D100, and now this is important. This only happens to you, and your friends can do anything unless there will be very specific situations to help you. 21.
21.
Okay. So, you are woken by an awful stench. And let's say that it happened, for example, next day, or maybe even 2 days after that, after you first broke camp. You are woken by an awful stench, as if an ogre has broken wind in your tent, even though you don't have a tent. Now, a toad, the size of a small dog, has crept into your camp and is foraging among your provisions. As you wake up, Gustav, and let's say that you are the first to wake up, your friends are still sleeping or trying to sleep in this, heat and humidity. On seeing you have noticed it, it puffs itself into a ball and hisses in your general direction. What are you doing?
Last I heard was a toad.
So there's a toad that's eating your food.
Sorry, I will read this once again. Sorry. You are woken by an awful stench, as if an ogre has broken wind in your tent, even though you don't have a tent. A toad the size of a small dog has crept into your camp and is foraging among your provisions. On seeing you have noticed it, it puffs itself into a ball and hisses in your general direction. The toad is large. It's the biggest toad you have ever seen. Actually, you've never seen this large a large toad like that in the either in the Wasteland or in the Empire. It doesn't look dangerous, just really big, and it stinks horribly. In fact, it stinks so bad that you practically start gagging. So tell me, what are you doing?
How far away is it?
Let's say that it's very close because it goes through your backpack.
Can I kick it away? Or throw something at it?
It's up to you. As I've mentioned, on seeing you have noticed it, probably it should be on seeing you having noticed it, it puffs itself into a ball and hisses in your general direction.
Yeah, I just want to scare it. I want my food back, though. Like, I don't want any trouble here. So, are there rocks around I can throw it at its feet?
Probably there are. I would say that there is like a mud-covered rock nearby. You grab the rock and what you want to throw it at it? Yes.
Yeah, at its feet. I don't want to pop it or kill it.
Sure.
So I think this is the first time I'll be using ballistic skill, though, right?
Yeah,
With this character.
Probably yes. Okay, so. Roll me ballistic skill in that case.
Okay.
Nice. You throw the rock in the general direction of the toad. You don't throw it at the toad per se. The toad. Oh, wait a second. The toad does this comically sounding ribbed sound when the rock strikes the ground nearby and then explodes. It pops. Even though you didn't hit it. There's this pop sound, and the toad coats mostly you, I would say, but also maybe I will roll 1d6. But also Lambert. In its slime, and the slime is something else. Like I mentioned, the smell that you've noticed, Gustav, before. You are now covered in the guts of this thing, and it's horrifying. What this means is that in your case, for the next 7 days, you have minus 20% to fellowship with all other characters with a sense of smell.
Okay.
Lambert, in your case, for the next 3 days, you will suffer the same.
That's fucking horseshit. All right.
Yeah.
How dare you? I already hate this place. This place sucks.
All of you actually.
That fucking frog.
All of you woken up. And Johannes, when you woke up, the first thing that you notice is not the colors, the rays of the sun penetrating the canopies of the trees. No, it's the smell, it's the stench. You can see that Gustav is covered head to toe with you. Actually, you have no idea what this is. It looks like mud, but also there's clearly blood in it, some entrails. He smells like a latrine, although like a latrine in the middle of the summer that hasn't been cleaned for like 5 years. Marla also just, jumps away from under her blanket, gagging loudly. Nearby sailors who notice that, they just have time of their lives. They are laughing, pointing their fingers at you. Whoa, that was a big one, says one of them. What did you do to piss it off, laddie? Oh, Manann Steve, the smell, I can smell it from here, the stench. Oh, you're not going to...
Can I flick some of it in the direction of this?
You can try, but when you are, when you try to grab this maybe not handful, but fingerful of this slime, and you try to flick it, you are just fighting the urge to vomit. So remember, minus 20% for 7 days for Gustav, minus 20% for 3 days for Lambert. Lambert, you didn't got the entire load, but still more than enough. Yeah. So that was the Django Hazard table. I actually love this a lot. There are a lot more other cooler things, but the Blowtoad is also fun. Eventually, you all ate your breakfast. Although I guess that Gustav and Lambert probably sat maybe slightly further from Johannes and Marla.
Yeah.
Marla is doing
I'm constantly looking for which direction is upwind of them.
Yeah. Well, in the jungle, there's this problem that the air is practically standing in place since there's very little wind because not that many open spaces for wind to blow.
Yeah.
Which is also a problem because it's just the air stands still and it gets super heated. Even during the night, I want to emphasize, even during the night in the jungle, in the deserts, and of course this is real life knowledge, in the deserts in the night, it can be incredibly cold. Not in the jungle. It's still incredibly warm, unpleasantly so. Maybe slightly less than during the day, still sucks. Brian, you were saying something?
Do we get any health points back with the passage of time?
No, you are unable to get any health points back. For that, you would need a night in a comfy, warm tavern room. After a hearty meal, not sleeping in the jungle under your blanket. Unfortunately, so yes, you are still wounded. You still feel like crap, and unfortunately, you still need to go. What this means is that. Sean, I would like for you to note that right now there's like the 5th day of your travels, and it should be 14th of current month, whichever month it is. Just please note, which means that Lambert, you still have 2 days left of the stench, and Gustav, you still have a single day left. 6 days left, not a single day left, my bad. So anyway, on the 5th day, which is 14th of which month, Sean, if you could tell us?
I don't have that picture, I don't have that thing in front of me, let me see. It was Uri? It was something site. Let me, because it's on the other computer. Let me run into the other room. I may lose connection for a second, but I'll get it and get it on this computer.
Sure.
Because I need to anyway.
I guess, can we take a quick bathroom break now?
Yeah. Let's take 5 minutes break. Sure.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. All right, be right back.
I'm back. Sorry about that. Or nobody else is back. All right, that works too.
I'm here.
You didn't say anything. I assumed that you just didn't like me.
I'm on the dog out right now.
Well, I finally finished all those silver helms. It only took 3.5 weeks.
How are you painting them? Like, what's the method?
Brush. I did horses first, then legs, torsos, head as one piece. Glued
Are
those
you using like
together.
contrast or old school?
So like contrast is useful as a tool. I don't see it as being a one and done paint.
Yeah.
I'll use contrast as a base coat sometimes for certain things, and maybe I'll use it as a glaze. So like the horses were, a base coat or a priming gray, dry brush over with a bright gray, then like a glaze with contrast black, so that there was a lot of shadowing to them. But like the gold on all the high elves was base coat of contrast Nazdrag yellow, and then I went over that with a dry brush of Retributor, just so there's shadows in there.
I use pretty much like contrast for all my base coats, and then I just do some metals and some inks on top of that. Maybe a highlight.
If I'm just doing a lot of monotonous stuff, sure, but the silver helms really stand out. They look really good on the table.
Yeah.
But like if I was just doing like, it's also a problem of like high elf stuff is real like super clean. I can't be that dirty with it. If I'm just doing a bunch of goblins, fuck yeah, it's all contrast. I'm gonna prime that shit black, dry brush it white, and hit it with contrast.
Just like grim dark, like Necromunda shit, and it can be really grimy looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like little characters to put on the terrain. Like the terrain's what I actually like doing. The miniatures is just kind of a reason to do it.
I'm about halfway there. I enjoy doing terrain for games like that. For games like Mordheim and Frostgrave and stuff. I enjoyed doing. I love doing terrain for like super small scale. So like I like doing BattleTech terrain a lot. It's a lot of fun. And even better because I still love playing BattleTech. That was anticlimactic.
I got my first mystery illness from school today.
Oh no!
Or the other day. It's just now wearing off a little bit.
Mystery illness from the kid at school?
Yeah, it's something that he clearly got at school. Like, and it hit me. Like, he was okay in 12 hours. He took his nap. He was fine.
He's a child. That's just how it works.
Me and my wife, it's like 2 to 3 days each of just misery. Just the only thing that's been working for me is freaking chili crisp sauce oil, whatever that is. Eat some of that and it clears out my sinuses.
Yeah, for your sinuses.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel you. No, I had something like that a couple of weeks ago that Duncan had brought home, and
Has he started school?
He's in daycare.
Oh, okay.
And she managed to dodge it, but man, I was catching all of it. So like whatever he had given me just made me like not tired, but like extremely fatigued and sluggish and miserable without actually.
And then they get over it, and they're like,
without
all right,
actually having any like symptoms that were making me feel sick. Like I never once felt like, all right, this is getting kind of bullshit.
Yeah, and so the past couple of days, my son's been like bored out of his mind because we can't do anything with him, and he doesn't get that we're still sick, and he's fine. Zero empathy.
Well, it's just like a kid. Yeah, you ain't kidding me.
Oh.
So
I'm back.
I got told I was laid off on the 11th last month.
Oh yeah, what's going on with it?
They didn't do the official termination until the 5th, which means my severance doesn't process until 2 weeks after that. So I don't get my severance until the 25th. It's nice severance, but like shit's drying up, man. I'd like to get that severance.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
It's like I get, what was it, 3 weeks for every year I've been there. So what's that, 18 weeks? So roughly like $17,000, something like that.
Well, that's a nice sum.
But it is a nice sum. I would like to get it.
Yeah.
I will get it after I start with a new job, because I start the new lab next week. But they already know I'm going to be out for like a week, like right after that, with the surgery.
Oh, you got a new job already?
Yeah, I've got surgery on the 30th though, so they know I'm going to be starting, just basically doing my orientation, and then I'm going to be off for a week, and then I actually start.
Awesome. That's very good to hear that you already have a new job.
Full periodontal surgery on the 30th.
Nice.
Oh, okay, that's always fun.
The whole thing.
Wait, you mean your whole mouth?
All of it.
Jesus.
What the fuck?
So all my hardware, I have a bunch of hardware in there. Oh, I have no teeth. I have had no teeth for like 7 years.
Wow.
Oh, didn't know that.
I was in a car wreck about 7 years ago, and it turns out when you try to bite the steering wheel during a crash, all your teeth go out, and it breaks your jaw. And they had to break my jaw in a couple other places to make it work again. So I was wired shut for a minute. And then I just sort of got used to that for a while, and then they had to do drafting to make it again to where they were going to do the periodontal back then. But then COVID happened, and nobody wanted to hang out near your mouth. So the office I was using moved during that time so far away that it's just not worth it. So I just didn't.
Are they putting a plate in your jaw or something? Or what are they doing?
So they will do 6 anchors on my lower jaw, 5 anchors on my upper jaw, which are just bolts that go in to my bone.
Yeah.
There will be a plate along those, held in by those anchors, and then or there will be, on the bottom 6 anchors will be 6 plates, or no, 3 plates, and then upper will be 2 plates. But on each plate will be the teeth. For 6 months after the first surgery, it will be, or the only surgery. For 6 months after that surgery, it'll be those initial teeth are like a 3D printed thing. So if they break, they're just easy to replace. But also, I have to work with them to figure out, like, all right, where is it comfortable? Have you stopped biting your tongue yet? That kind of stuff. To get it to where we want it, and then the finals that they put in will be milled zirconia.
Oh wow!
That go in, and that's one and done. And then once that's done, I just go in to their office once a year for them to take them all out and clean them.
Wow.
And after it's all done, I'll be one step closer to my celebrity crush and role model Jaws from Moonraker.
I really like that character. Yeah.
That's expensive. My dad had that on just like his molars on one side, and it was like 20,000 for like the bottom, I think.
It's not cheap. I will say this is a case of like that. Definitely riding on that parent money for a minute, because Dad more or less earlier this year was like, I've got a lot of money and I don't want to pay taxes on it when it comes to withdrawing it for Social Security bullshit. So if you guys need any expenses, just hit me up. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
It's like, I figure you guys are going to inherit money anyways. Why not just give it to you when you need it? So,
right, exactly.
Yeah, he is helping me out basically with all of it. And I'm paying for about a third. So I'm paying about $8,000 of it, but it's going to cost like $32,000.
Oh wow!
Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Hey, that's on the cheap. That's on the cheap side.
Yeah. For the whole mouth, that's definitely cheap.
Yeah.
I
Usually,
don't know if I told
you're looking
you.
at like 44.
Yeah. My mom had an accident where she passed out. She was at a conference and she was just hanging out talking with people, and all of a sudden she passed out and fucking went face first into a chair and knocked all her teeth out.
Oh.
Like knocked her uppers like 90 degrees into her mouth, and broke off the ends of her jaw. That kind, like the.
Well, that's not good.
The upper end of the mandibles. So they're like, yeah, that doesn't really hold your jaw in. It's really the muscles that do it, but so you don't really need that. Like, good to know. But anyway, yeah. So she had something similar done. She was fortunate in that she was, dean of the, or not dean. She was chair of the microbiology department of Tufts Medical School. So she got like here we're gonna have this head of the dental school work on your teeth kind of shit. But yeah, she had the same thing where they were just like, it's like we can't really save any of these teeth, or we'll maybe like 2 or 3, but we've got to put in these metal posts, and then she had a whole I don't know what it was made out of, but her teeth actually looked pretty good, but yeah, everything was just a solid thing that she could kind of get under with a proxy brush or whatever, and it was pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
But well, sorry that happened to you, man. That's really lame. So while we were on break, I found and then transferred over to the computer I am currently on. We are in the month of Vorhexen, which is the 12th month of the Imperial year. So we and so we spotted the elven cells on the 5th of Vorhexen, which was Albentag, and we crashed on the coast of Lustria, which is the 8th, or Basalttag. And now we are on the 14th.
Oh, yes,
So
we're now on the 14th.
Marktag.
Yeah. Thank you.
So we found the Curveza River 5 days ago.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes.
Okay. So we essentially found the Curveza River on the 9th.
Yeah.
Is what I'm guessing. Okay. So
Isn't that beer in Spanish? The beer river.
no, that would be Cerveza.
Okay.
But that's probably what they were going for.
Yeah.
My question is, who's taking notes today?
I thought it was Brian.
Oh no, I did my brief.
Oh, is that it? Okay, so it's supposed to be me, so I haven't taken any notes this entire time. Awesome.
Oh, then.
So you can take them retroactively. Not much happened, so if you'll be able to just...
Yeah, nothing happened.
Yeah, if you just be able to note the more important things, like, Stiftanzers talking about the gods, stuff like that. Two monoliths, humidity, the frog, things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so thanks for the recap, Sean, and now we return. So, on the 14th of which month? Sorry, once again.
Vorhexen.
Of Vorhexen.
Yeah.
You on the 14th of Vorhexen, you reach the spot where, according to Magister von Stiftanzer, the map says you must cross the river. Of course, Curveza is a wide one. It's impossible to just go into the water and swim to the other side. As I've said, it's maybe not Reich, but definitely. Why doesn't it? But definitely, it's also not really. Okay, here it is. But it's definitely not a small stream. What this means is that Captain van der Beek and Bill Shaft are supervising the construction of the rafts after identifying some suitable trees to be felled for timber. And as the chop of the work crew's axis rises through the humid air, some of the idle sailors strip off their shirts to wash off the sweat of the churned river. Near the bank it is slow and shallow enough to wade, and soon a couple of dozen men are splashing around in the peat brown water. My question is, are you also going to the water? Any of you?
I'm waiting to see what happened.
Okay. Lambert, what about you?
Bucket, we ball.
I want
Bucket,
to
we
emphasize, you are all incredibly hot and sweaty, and
Yeah, and it looks great.
yeah. I mean, as I said, it's peat brown, but still. Gustav?
Just don't open your mouth.
I think for me it's going to come down to willpower.
Okay, then please roll. Oh, sorry. Before you roll, let's say that this roll didn't happen. All of you, please roll me toughness
Yeah,
tests.
we gotta do our toughness tests. I was just thinking that.
I am going easier on you because I'm not asking you to roll every day.
What happens if we fuck?
You have minus 10% to all statistics for this day.
Hey, luck that.
Okay.
There we go.
Nice. Another 40. Okay. Remember,
I failed.
if you botch this roll, you have minus 10% to all statistics until the end of the game. Just so we are clear. Okay, Johannes fails. Gustav, please roll.
Yeah.
Oh, you've rolled already.
I rolled
Okay,
a 24.
so you've passed. Okay, so now, Gustav, if you want...
But the water, I'm eager to get this frog off of my armor. So I'm not going to go splashing out into it, but I'm definitely going to, step out to my ankle.
Okay, Marla also failed, so, right, so you go... So what, Lambert, you go and just enjoy the swim, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Gustav, you go to your ankles and try to splash yourself. Just to be clear, Brian, if you want to remove the stench, you will need to take a normal bath, which means that you will need to submerge yourself in the water. There is no other way.
I'll do it then. I mean, I roll my own little willpower test and botch, so let's do it.
Okay. And as for you, Hannes...
I know not to drink it there.
No, of course, you're not drinking. As for you, Hannes, you're not going in, yes?
Yeah, I'm suspicious of the water, that there's something in it, so I'm going to sit by the bank and just kind of look and see what's happening to everybody. See if anybody gets eaten or whatever before I get in.
That's what my concern was. Something big in the water.
It's probably more like microbes that'll, or as my son likes to say, there's a fish that'll swim up your pee hole.
The dreaded Kandiru.
Yeah.
Okay. So Marla also doesn't go into the water for obvious reasons. The only one of the only 4 women in the entire expedition. Right. As I've mentioned, near the bank it is slow and shallow enough to wade, and soon a couple of dozen men, including some of you, are splashing around in the peat brown water. When the first man begins to scream, the others take it for horseplay. But as red blood billows into the water around him, it becomes clear it is anything but. The river around him is boiling with the thrashing tails of tiny razor-toothed fish, their stubby jaws clamping to the unfortunate sailor's flesh. The swimmers immediately make a dash for the bank, but the piranha-feeding frenzy has already begun. Now, what I want to do now is... Johannes, you are on the shore. Roll me d10 and divide this by 2.
Okie doke. D10 divided by 2.
Okay, so please note that 5 sailors are seized by the shoal, and now roll me again d10 and divide it by 2. I need you to roll more, Sean, because you kill all the good people. And also note that 2 black griffins are seized by the shoal as well. So now, Lambert and Gustav, you guys, if you act now, you don't take any damage, but I want you to understand the situation. You see what is happening. You also see that suddenly more sailors and even some of the black griffins that are, stripped to the waist begin to scream and shriek and thrash as those tiny fish. I said piranhas, but piranhas, of course, is a name for players, not for your characters. They just start to attack them with a passion. So, what this means is that you can attempt to save some of them. One character, and actually it also goes for you, Johannes, one character can drag one struggling victim out of the river per turn, but at the cost of an automatic damage to hit that cannot be dodged or parried.
Okay.
So I want you now to tell me which one of you does that. Lambert, you're doing that, from what I understood.
I'm doing it.
Okay, Johannes, what about you?
Yeah, I'll try to save somebody out of the water.
Okay.
I'm not a jerk.
Gustav, what about you?
Yeah, that's my nature.
Okay.
I think I would.
Marla also is going to help. So what this means? Now let's continue with Sean's shenanigans. Sean, roll me 1d10, divide this by 2, and add 2. Sorry, actually, roll me 1d10, divide by 2, and add 1.
Okay. So we got.
Okay,
So 2.
2 divided by 2 is, if my shitty math is right, is 1, right? And you add 1.
And plus 1.
Okay, you have very little time before all the victims are devoured. So what this means is that you see what's happening, and all of you rush into the water. Well, Gustav and Lambert, you rush back into the water. Johannes, you run probably, I guess, towards one of the Black Griffins. Marla also jumps into the water and tries to help. You grab the thrashing man, screaming thrashing man. You can see even from up close that their wounds are horrible. Those fish are literally eating them alive. They are devouring them to their bone. It is terrifying. You are in this muddy, bloody, frothing water, and you try to drag them onto the shore. Starting with Lambert, you get a single automatic hit into random location with strength 2. Of course, toughness and armor count, so don't worry. So what I'm going to roll, one of the fish, or maybe even a couple of the fish, they just bite you in your chest, in your stomach, for 8 damage total.
For how much?
8.
8, and toughness comes into effect?
Yes, toughness and armor come into effect.
So, 1, and then 3 damage.
3 damage go through, okay. Johannes, you're up now. I'm going to roll, and one of the, maybe, 1 or 2 or 3 of the small fish with those little stubby heads and stubby teeth, they latch onto your arm and they just try to nom you. The problem is that on your arm you only have leather. You only have plate on your chest and on your head. So now I'm going to roll.
Correct.
4, 5 total, so I don't think that anything goes through.
Well, my toughness. Oh yeah, you're right.
But
nothing goes through.
Also remember that you have probably minus 1 toughness from the heat, because this is,
Oh, I do. So I take 1 damage.
So you take 1 damage. So you're on how many? I think now.
I now have 7 wounds out of
7.
16.
Okay, sure. Gustav, you are being bitten multiple times into your nether regions. By that, of course, I mean the legs. You can feel that underwater the fish are trying to eat you alive, but they don't do anything. They deal 4 damage total. Tell me, Bran, if anything goes through.
No.
Even with the minus 1 toughness from the heat?
So I have a toughness of 4, and legs armor is 2. So
toughness of 4. Okay, nothing goes. Cool.
Yeah.
Also, I need to check one thing because I've noticed this today. Lambert, on your character sheet, there's this information that you have minus 1 movement, minus 10 initiative.
Oh shit, you're right.
Also, I passed the toughness today for the jungle thing.
You passed. Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad, Bran. You're right.
I think that was... What was that?
I don't remember. That's the thing, and I don't have it in my private notes.
Is that from seasickness?
Probably, yeah. So we removed that. You don't have this anymore.
I need to change that to... Do I still have the frog goo on me?
We'll return to that.
That's good for fellowship test.
But I do have minus 1 toughness, or what is it? Minus toughness?
You have minus 10
to...
you've passed.
Yeah.
You've passed. The toughness test. Yeah. You rolled 42nd time, so you've passed. Right. So and
we'll come back to the frog goo.
Yeah. And finally we have Marla. She gets bitten in the torso. Oh.
I bet you got bitten in there.
Oh.
Bitten on the bit the tit.
Yep. And that's gotta hurt, actually. I think she has some kind of armor, right?
It can't hurt that.
Yeah,
It does a little time.
She has? Okay, because I don't see...
She has a kitchen apron.
Yeah, oh, yeah, she has jerkin. Okay, so she has 1, toughness 3, so that's 4. So 7 go through.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So she's on -2, actually. Yeah, no kidding, because she...
Fuck.
Yeah. So, actually, Brian, I will leave this to you. Do you want her to spend fate, or do you want her to take a crit? She has quite a few. She has actually 3 fate points, and she has lucky talent, so she has 4 luck total. So I'm leaving this to you.
Luck wouldn't help with. There's
No.
nothing to reroll here.
No. It's just.
So-
You know,
She'd
Because-
probably use a fate, I think.
Okay, sure. So she burns a single fate.
Yeah.
And what happens? And because of that, we'll... let me quickly see. You've managed to save very quickly 4 men. Johannes, you've pulled out a single griffin onto the shore. Lambert and Gustav, you probably saved a sailor each. Marla as well. But you see with anguish that as she literally throws a man onto the shore, she's completely covered in those tiny fish that are just clamped around, you know, that have their teeth clamped on her legs, her arms, her back, her belly, and they are just, you know, munching. She screams horribly, and she falls under the water. I presume that you rush to her aid.
Yeah.
You managed to pull her out. Let's say narratively that each of you probably took a few bites, but nothing too serious. When you take her to the shore, the girl just looks terrifying. Her face and neck are mostly intact. The fish, you know, they concentrated on the body, on her legs and arms. She's just covered in those tiny bites. When you rush to save Marla, the last, I believe, how many men were there? Sean, you wrote like five griffins, right? And yeah, 5 griffins and 2 sailors. You've saved, sorry, 5 sailors, 2 griffins. You've saved 3 sailors and a single griffin. So please note that 2 griffins, that 2 sailors and a single griffin died.
Okay.
You weren't able to save them because you've concentrated on saving Marla.
Yeah.
Brian, I think that's you are noting the deaths, right? Or
I noted it.
okay, so
I noted it.
yeah, so note that.
So 5 sailors and 2 black griffins were bit or being attacked. We saved 3 sailors and 1 black griffin.
Yes, so 2 sailors and a single griffin died. Yeah.
Died. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We have it all written down. I'm actually taking that.
Thank you.
Note.
That's very helpful, very important. So, of course, you know, what happened was terrifying and it quickly drew attention. Not only Captain Van der Beek and Colonel Neuwald arrived quickly to the scene, although too late to be of any assistance, but Dr. Wackliger rushed in as well, and she started, you know, her ministrations with Marla. Even though, to be completely honest, those guys that you've pulled, they are also very, very much, mauled, maimed. Now I am going to roll for Gustav. I presume that you try and help Dr. Vakliger.
Yeah,
right?
I'm going to tell Marla I have to help with the other guys, but I'm not going far.
Marla is unconscious completely. She passed out from the
Okay.
pain and probably from the blood loss. So I am going
She
to
got the
roll.
doctor working on her, so I'm not.
Yeah, she passed. Vakliger passed with your assistance, and so Marla is on 7 HP right now. She also got a single insanity point because she took a crit, and she has 7. Actually, sorry, she has 8 HP because after combat she was on 1. After that, you are helping Gustav with the other wounded. Johannes and Lambert, you're just standing there, nearby, completely helpless. You can't do anything. The last thing that you see is that, those fish, there's only one word to describe. They skeletonize their victims, leaving only bloody bones covered with thrashing fish to drift downriver. And I would like for all of you to test me willpower.
Okay, minus 10 willpower. Got it.
Willpower, yes, including, of course, minuses from the heat. Lambert passed, Gustav passed. Johannes didn't. Johannes, you want to reroll that?
No.
Okay. I will also roll for Marla because she was... she saw what happened. I think she passed. If I recall, she had... Yeah, 45 willpower. Actually, no, she didn't because she had minus 10. So she failed. So she has 3 insanity points right now.
Are you on her character sheet too? I was actually just updating that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I am. I've just noted that she has 3 insanity points and she has 8 HP left. Oh, and since she took the survive option, I will, after the game, I will remove some of her stuff that she had on her because the fish simply destroyed it. She probably lost her leather jerkin completely. Yeah, let's remove that.
That's fair.
And probably that's all. And maybe she has, poor quality clothing right now because, it's been torn to shreds. But other than that, she's fine. Okay, so, sorry for that.
So what happens when you fail the willpower test?
You get a single insanity point.
Okay, I've got one.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm never going in any river here, ever.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that right now.
You've just, witnessed firsthand the dangers of the so-called New World, or, as you remember, how the recruiting officer Bill told you in Marienburg, the land of gold.
Mm-hmm.
So, Van der Wiek is horrified, while Neuwald seems to take it in stride. Turning to the assembled men, both sailors and the griffins, she gives a short speech. This is the new world. Her eyes sweep the stunned crowd of sailors and mercenaries. Uncharted, unknown. It has as many dangers as the Dracworld, and we know none of them. If you want to make it home, you must be prepared for anything. Take nothing for granted. Do you want to make it home? She waits until she hears the mumbled chorus of yes. Then keep your eyes peeled and your senses sharp, she points to the river. Or all we can take back are your bones. Her speech...
Say, brothers, sorry, is she not finished?
No, go ahead, Sean, go ahead.
Say, brothers, let us pray to Sigmar. My soul is the metal. Sigmar is the hammer.
Okay.
And so on and so forth.
Roll me charm.
Okay. Minus 10.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Nice. And when you've said that, you can see that quite a few people, mostly griffins, but even a few of the sailors, they turn to you, and you can see that they are nodding their heads, that, they are, that maybe there are even hints of smiles on their faces. Of course, some of them are making the signs of the comet and the hammer. When you take a
and also for Bagenhauer.
Roll me charm minus 10.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. All right.
Okay.
It's like one guy like, Oh,
If you would fail, they would throw you back to the piranhas. Yeah, and also from Begenauer, and few of the sailors, Begenauer, like Begenauer. Wait, what? Who's Begenauer? Like few of them ask. But apparently they got swept by this, religious fervor of Johannes. And Johannes, when you take a glance towards Neuvold, you can see that she looks at you. She squints her eyes slightly, but then she nods in your direction, as if, acknowledging that you did a good job.
Yay.
Yeah. So, once any remains that were, brought to shore have been laid to rest, again, Mother Akela, performs the ceremony. The sailors finish the rafts, and the expedition poles them very carefully across the river. Of course, there will be murmurs among the sailors that these deaths are a bad omen. Death by fish seems to them a sure sign of Manann's displeasure. I also want to emphasize that the rafts are large. They usually can carry about 10 men. Like, these are not, your small rafts. They are rather big.
Yeah.
So, once the expedition has crossed the Kurveza, the map leads them another 6 days' march through dense jungle, now leading north away from the river. Before we start rolling, I would like to ask you if, during this time, what are you doing? I mean, let me be also completely clear. You can do much other than marching and then taking a rest. Also, Johannes, there were times when you were asked to patrol the perimeter, but of course, during the day, you are able to maybe get an hour for yourselves. If you want to try and forage for some food, maybe search for some plants. I remember, Gustav, that you were back in Marienburg saying something about bringing back some kind of, of a rare flower back to the old world. If you want to check on Marla is being carried by 2 sailors. She still hasn't regained her consciousness, but Dr. Wackliger says that she will. She just lost a lot of blood. Of course, Lambert, you also sometimes need to assist von Stiftanzer with his stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
But fortunately for you, it's not as often as you feared it would be. So, during those days, before I will ask you to roll, do you want to do anything, starting with Lambert? Tell me.
I want to fish to shore up our supplies.
You want to You want to fish after what you've seen.
okay.
Hey, once they're out of the water, they're fucking helpless.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have
I have a rod.
No. Do you have outdoor survival? It's what I'm asking.
Let me see here. I don't, so it's at half.
Yes, and before you do, roll me toughness test. Because it can affect your outdoor survival. You fail. Do you want to reroll
Alright,
that?
it's going to, we're close to the end of session, so yes, I would like to use my other luck.
Very well.
There
Nice.
we go.
Awesome.
Hey.
So you don't have any minus modifiers. If you don't have outdoor survival, it is basic skill. You can roll it on half.
Hey!
Nice. Wait. Oh, 29. Okay. So you've passed. Okay. Awesome. Right. During those few days that you were marching, you have a fishing rod, right? From what I understood.
I have a fishing rod and some hooks, and
Okay.
I'm pretty sure just putting something on the end will work as bait.
Well, probably a small piece of salted pork, right?
Yeah.
You've
Hot dog.
yeah.
Yeah, just eats a hot dog.
Yeah.
Some
You've
fried chicken liver.
you just, when the expedition was moving very slowly after crossing the river, during the day when it was moving very slowly, you just took your chance and maybe caught. I'll roll for you this time. 4 brightly colored fish that are not too big, but also not too small. That for this day you'll be able to have a fish soup or maybe some kind of goulash made from fish and hardtack. By the way, of course, the beer is no longer drinkable, but by this time most people just simply drank their provisions. So during this day, when Lambert returned to the camp after you stopped for the day, you had a pretty good meal, Lambert. You took care of the fish. They were edible, of course, if slightly unusually tasting, so to speak. Like, they weren't bad.
Yeah.
But definitely you don't have fish like that in the old world.
They aren't oily like they're supposed to be.
Yeah. But that was pretty cool. Johannes, what about you? What were you doing, if anything, during this time?
I am going to see if there's any friendly animals I can tame. A monkey, perhaps, or a bird. Something that doesn't look too vicious.
Friendly animals?
You would also need to roll for animal ken, I guess, and that's an advanced skill, or perception, or you can roll for perception -20, or for outdoor survival. You have 3 options.
Okay. Let's just do perception minus.
Just one more thing. During those rolls during those times when you guys want to do something in the jungle, if you botch, you get a random roll on the table of jungle hazards. Just so we are clear.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it's up to you.
I want botch.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Well, just because it's easy for me to roll, I'm just going to roll perception -20.
Okay, but first, before that, roll me please toughness test, of course, with -10 because you have armor.
Fail.
Yeah, you want to roll that if you still can, of course.
I haven't actually done any rerolls. This is for. Is this for the humidity thing again?
Yes, and remember what happens if you botch.
Yeah. Okay, no, I'm just gonna keep it. So I get a -10, so I get -30.
You
Got
get
it.
-30 for
All right.
perception. Go for it.
That's fine. This is missed by 2.
Yeah, this sucks. You can roll that.
Nah, I don't need to reroll it. What I was trying to do is just set up for when I switch to my soldier career, explaining how I got animal care.
Gotcha. You are trying to find some kind of animals, or maybe some kind of animal that is not, that doesn't look deadly, dangerous, vicious, or stuff like that.
Good luck in the jungle.
Yeah, but the thing is that most of the time you either see some big lizards hugging the trees, maybe being the size of small dogs or large cats, and they are
super bright, colorful, friendly-looking frogs.
Yeah, super bright looking frogs. More than a few times, you spotted, a vine that turned out to be a snake hanging from the upper branches of a large jungle tree. Of course, there were also actually you even spotted some of them, like maybe not some of, but some kind of monkeys. Sorry guys, wait a second.
I gotta get cooking dinner here soon.
Yeah, some monkeys, but they were bigger, burlier, and they had this nasty set of teeth on them. So
Yeah,
we
no.
didn't really decided to approach them because they would probably beat
Yeah.
you up. So
Yeah,
unfortunately, no dice.
I'm looking for something, cute and cuddly.
Yeah,
I'm assuming that they have maybe not trained birds exactly, but that people having birds as pets is a thing in the old world. So I'm looking for something like that.
You know that sailors
Good job.
usually have quite a few birds, even though really none of the sailors on the Maiden had like any pet parrot or something. The birds, of course, yes, you spotted quite a few birds, but they were simply out of your reach. They were far away, and
Right.
they didn't really approach you in any way. So,
That's
no
okay.
luck for you. Gustav.
I'm just
what
gonna
do
keep working at it.
Sure. You are trying, of course. Gustav, what about you? What are you doing during those few
I'm
days?
going to tend to Marla in my spare time.
Okay. So you spend practically, every spare time that you have, and you don't have much. You probably have even less than the guys, because the longer you march through the jungle, the expedition goes through the jungle, the more accidents happen to sailors and soldiers. There are various bites from insects and animals. There are cases of heat strokes. That's the most common problem, honestly. People simply, either because of heat or dehydration or a mix of both, and of course exhaustion, they simply sometimes fall where they march. And so Dr. Vakliger has a lot of hard cases on her hands, and you must help her. But every time you can, you tend to Marla. She sometimes even regains her consciousness. She, one day, let's say, it was like 2 days after crossing the river, she opened her eyes. Quickly she looks at you, she smiles, she says, and she asks before losing consciousness again, "Did we save any of them?"
You saved a few. I'll send them over here when I see them again.
"You're a terrible liar. I only saved one." And she, smiles again before she loses once again her consciousness. But you have a feeling that she'll be fine. Right. And so,
If I see that sailor that she threw on the bank of the river, I'm going to tell him that she regained consciousness.
sure. His name is Mombert Duden. I love this random name generator. It's so fucking stupid.
Kind of implying that she go say something nice to her.
Yeah.
I still never talked Gilberto Poland or whatever the fuck that guy's name was.
Gilberto Poland was epic. Although there's also another one here. His name is Aldo Berlepsch. Here, that's another cool name. Yeah. So anyway, but of course we only care about
Wilhelm Bonke.
we only care about Mombert Duden. Mombert, when you approached him, he also took some wounds from those fish. Supposedly the sailors call them piranhas, and no one knows who was the first one to name them that. So Mombert, he was bitten pretty bad, but he can walk. He walks, and he's a young kid, fairly young, probably 17 years old, maybe something like that. Still, he has this weak stubble. He had weak stubble on his face. Now every man, there are no clean-shaven men in the expedition right now. When you told him about Marla, he looks very serious, and he's like, "All right, can I do anything for her?"
I would just go say something nice.
"All right, yeah, sure. Can you lead me to her?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll lead him over there.
let's go. He goes with you. You like it was of course during one of the stops. He stands over her as she lays on this, not even on the bed, she just lays on a blanket, right? All bandaged up, and he's like, he takes his bandana off his head. He's like, "Whoa, thank you for saving my life, miss. I will never forget that. You are you're like a good omen sent by Manann to save me. Yeah, I will. When we go back to Marienburg, I guess I'll buy you a beer or something. Yeah, thanks.
The lengths you go to feed your alcoholism.
Is that all right? And he looks at you, Gustav. Do I have to say anything else? I'm really not.
That'll
good
do,
at this.
pig.
Oh, thanks. I'm really not good at this stuff, It's like weird, but I mean in a positive way, of course. Yeah. Righteous. So anyway, I need to go back to marching. But look, and he looks at you, Gustav, and you can tell that that he's clearly over his head, but he means well. If you need any help, right? You or the girl, you just look me up, and I'll help you, right?
I give him a little salute,
Yeah.
like somebody that doesn't salute people a lot.
Yeah.
You can find me in the misconnections area of the ship.
And he's like, yeah. So anyway, talk to you later. He just goes away. I want to ask if you do you like lift? No, just kidding.
Do you like stuff?
Yeah, I do like stuff. Yeah. So anyway,
Cheap.
so Mombert Duden apparently is your new best friend, and he went away. After that, as I mentioned, like this is what happened during the those few days. Now we'll be finishing soon, but before we finish, I would like to do one more thing. Wait a second. And between three of you, I will need to roll on the table twice. Because
Which one of us gets snatched up?
Yes, because 6 days passed. So for the first time, everyone rolls D100. The highest number wins.
What do we win?
Well, around the Jungle Hazards table, Johannes.
Oh boy, it's gonna be real hard to beat that. It's gonna be real hard to beat that.
Fuck my life.
I swear, Sean,
Your asshole.
you are jinxed.
Oh man.
Oh,
Interestingly
nice
enough,
knowing you guys.
Interestingly enough, only in Warhammer, if I recall correctly, in Delta Green, Michael had the worst luck.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you know what, Johannes? Let's make it more interesting. Roll on the table for me. D100, please. 85.
85.
Oh, I don't think I had. Okay, so this happens a few days after you've crossed the river Kurveza. Doesn't have to be the exact date. As you are pushing aside a fern front, you find yourself face to face with a lizard the size of a mastiff, curled up over a clutch of leathery eggs. The lizard hisses like a kettle, crouching protectively over her brood. So tell me, what are you doing?
I am going to try. Yes.
No, I just because I want to describe the lizard in more detail.
Okay.
Of course. That's
Yeah, you're taking away from its thunder, man.
yeah, I know.
Alright.
You can see that it has a long tail, hook claws, and a mouth full of sharp teeth. I believe, given the description, they look like a Komodo dragon.
Okay.
So tell me, what do you want to do?
I want to try to slowly let the fern back and bounce away.
Okay. Very well. You do just that. The lizard only hisses at you furiously,
Okay.
but doesn't attack you. It just guards the eggs, but as you disappear behind the fern and you leave it alone, you are not attacked. Very well. Now,
Woohoo!
another time, everyone rolls D100. Except
I'm rolling
Marla,
last this time, goddammit.
yeah, she's still bedridden. So Lambert Trey had 76.
Oh boy, it could be me.
That's pretty high. Let's see. Brian,
Come on, Brian.
64.
Johannes rolls 100 again.
Oh no, Johannes.
Ah, so it is me.
Yeah, roll me D100, Mike.
I
58. Oh, by the way, in case of like repeating, repeating encounters, I may ask you to roll again, just so we are clear.
Gotcha.
But this one is new. All right. Again, remember what I told you before. It's not like, I mean, you are trying, of course, to march through the jungle and being within each other eyesight. But the thing about the marching through the jungle is that sometimes you can only see a few feet all around you. The vegetation is so dense. Not to mention, of course, the humidity, the oppressive just exhaustion, right? Everything. So, as you are making your way alone through a patch of the jungle, Lambert, you're cutting your way through dense vegetation and you accidentally smash an insect nest, disgorging a swarm of brilliant green, very angry hornets. What this means is that first of all, I want you to roll me, toughness test. That's important for this roll.
Great.
Nice.
Great. I don't have any luck, guys.
Anyone wants to borrow him a luck?
Yeah, I can lend him a luck. I haven't used one at all.
Okay, sure.
Go for
Lambert, go for it if you wish. Nice.
Hey!
Very nice. You've passed. Okay. So what this means? So you need me to test toughness and count the number of successes.
I need to test toughness again.
Yeah, but don't worry. This, as I mentioned before, this scenario sometimes changes the basic rules of the game. Okay, 63. So now I need to see. What happens? Okay. You failed by 2. Like 50, 60. Yeah, you failed by 2. So what happens now is that I deduce the degrees of success or failure from 10, and so for 8 days you are covered in inflamed stings, during which you are at -10 to all fellowship tests and must test willpower to avoid scratching yourself in inappropriate situations.
Okay.
What this means, you're not losing any wounds, you don't get insanity points, nothing. The hornets.
So you're saying I'm gonna get laid?
Well, no, because you are stunk to shit. But you've managed to escape, of course. You've managed to escape the hornets, but still, quite a few of them managed to, sting you rather hard. The poison itself is not too bad. By that I mean you're not aching too much, but the scratching is terrible. You can't help yourself. You just need to constantly scratch, and it's infuriating, especially when you combine it with the fact that you are constantly that you are almost always perspiring very hard because of the heat. So when Lambert returned to the marching column, And later that day when you broke camp, Gustav and Johannes, you see that he's sitting, right next to the campfire and just constantly scratching his arms, his legs, his face. You can see you can see the blisters, right? But other than that, he seems fine. So, and as I said, it goes for 8 days, but that's not too bad, honestly. I thought that it would be worse. And so, as we end for today, I am just very quickly going to tell you which area you enter. We are, by the way, rather close to the end of Act 2, and we just started Act 2 today, so that's impressive. Sean, please note that this now should be the 20th of I always forget.
Yeah.
Of whatever.
Vorhexen, yeah.
Vorhexen, thank you.
Yeah.
The column enters a swamp, slowing its progress to a crawl. And that's where we end, because now there will be time for rolling, and I don't want you guys to roll. You've already suffered enough today. So let me just say that you've practically immediately and seamlessly exited this lush jungle, and just as you clear the trees, you are now in a completely different environment. You're in a swamp, stinking, miry, gloomy swamp, which is just the worst. But we'll see what happens there next time. For now, experience points. So for today's game, everybody gets 80 experience points basic. Of course, no taker notes points as usual.
Yep.
By the way, sorry, one last... actually, no, I'm going to tell this after the XP. Okay, 80 points basic. 10 for your characters. Everyone gets 10 for characters. For place of birth, Lambert.
I never once mentioned the boot.
Johannes? I didn't really see right.
Well, I didn't specifically mention, but I said something about following orders and doing our part, being so that was
sure.
That was sort of my
okay. In that case, that's a good explanation. I'll give you 5 points. Gustav, what about you?
I said something about everyone in Marienburg can sail a dinghy before they could walk or something.
That's cool. That's cool. I can give you 5 points for that as well. Sure. That's religion, Lambert.
Nope.
Okay. Religion, Johannes. 10 points for Sigmar.
I just...
Yeah. 10 points for Sigmar. No doubt about it.
But
Gustav.
I don't think my gods have ever been to this land.
Yeah, that's true. Gustav, what about you? You said you shouted about Begenauer. That was very cool. But was there something else?
I'm kind of entertaining like everyone else said, what the wizard said was hearsay. But if there are actually elven counterparts to the old world gods, Gustav would want to hear more. So.
Okay. But were you saying that during the discussion? Because you are.
No, I was just kind of taking that stance, that maybe there are counterparts.
Yeah, actually.
I think the main thing I said about religion was the Begenhauer thing.
Actually, I do remember that you were saying something about counterparts, and yes, you were mentioning Begenauer. Okay, I can give you, I think, 10 points for that. That was enough. Star sign, Lambert.
Wyman the Anchorite. Caution, preparedness, all that kind of stuff. I'm thinking, man. A lot of this was very impulse-driven, trying to keep people from
caution,
getting
but
killed.
you went into the river. Caution, but you went, fishing after seeing people being devoured. Yeah. On the other hand, caution with Stifttanzer, and you know what he said about the gods. That was that was cool. So I think I can give you a total of 5 because it like evens out. Johannes, what about you?
The Piper. I'm trying to think of. I don't think I did anything particularly cagey or
Didn't do any piping.
diplomatic. Yeah.
Diplomatic? No.
I don't feel like cunning,
No.
shady, diplomatic. Yeah, I don't think I did any of that.
No, not really. Not today. I didn't saw that. Yeah, Gustav, what
Nope.
about you?
The dancer. I was insistent on staying by Marla's side, and I made the sailor she saved go say something nice to her.
But the dancer is like what? Amorous desire.
Amorous.
Yeah, but were you doing that because you were amorous, or were you doing that because she's your friend who was seriously?
I think I'm doing more than I would for a normal person for her. You know what I mean?
Okay. I can give you 5 points for that, sure. Although, as I said, I think that it was. I mean, at least I took it. Like Gustav was, trying to be there for her because, well, you have a history together, right?
All it took for them to rekindle their romance was being in the hot, stinky, sticky ass fucking jungle.
Yeah, with
All
wounded.
All it took was some flesh wounds from a fish and a bunch of swamp ass to get back on the grind.
steamed
If
beaver.
Marla gets hurt or something, I think Gustav would take it a lot harder than if something happened to you guys. Like, no offense.
Hey,
Yeah.
I get it, man. There's only 2 ports in this whole crew.
Well, I mean, what choices do you have? You have a girl with no leg. I mean, peg leg. That maybe there are people with fetish like that, right? You have an elderly alcoholic, and you have essentially a Hitlerjugend lady with with a scar on the right side of her face, and then there's Marla. I know whom I would.
And we're about
choose.
to have a monkey
Yeah. What?
pretty soon.
Oh my god.
pretty good looking monkey.
Oh my god, no, please. No more.
I read the Lustria Argonian Maid. I'm just waiting to see these.
Put some lipstick on that monkey.
Yeah, even I know that meme. Okay, so I can, as I said, I can give you 5 points for that. That was pretty good. And we eventually go into the dooming. Lambert, what about your dooming? Please tell me.
Thy tongue shall be the undoing. I feel like
10
me
points.
jumping to. Yeah, me
points.
jumping to be like, hey, that's fucking heresy. Also,
Yeah.
this is the wizard.
Yeah, 10 points, very cool. Because a reasonable man wouldn't tell that even to his friends, right? Because you don't know if they won't get drunk and then repeat that within an earshot of someone who should not hear that.
But I've been around them for a long time, and we've done some fucking witch hunting, so.
That's true, but I really like that, so you get 10 points, of course. Johannes, what about you?
Fear the man who is not a man. I don't feel like there weren't any beastmen around, so.
Are you afraid of me?
Well, actually, I mean, I was playing
I'm a
into that
scary
with my racism, with my anti-halfling racism, but
Yeah.
I gave up on that.
I mean, if you if you were able to hear what Gustav was talking about to the Griffins, right? About the lizard beastmen who supposedly live here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could use this, but yeah, you weren't able. So sadly, no. And Gustav, what about your dooming?
From the darkness cometh the raven. I didn't have anything specific to my doom.
Okay. So after that, we give 5 points to Lambert for playing a halfling.
Because he's so great.
Yeah. Now,
Racism.
I will just say that yes, I noted that you saved the sailors and griffins, and don't worry, there will be points for that later, but not now.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain things for which you get points at the end of the chapter. Other than that, Lambert, you get 5 points for catching the fish you tried, Other than that, Gustav, you get 5 points for befriending the young man named Mumber Dude and Dude. Yeah, Mumber Dude. Because he's pretty chill. And Johannes, you get 5 points for being a great orator, and instilling the will
He
of
is
Sigmar.
great at giving oral pleasure.
Yes, all in the name of Heldenhammer, of course. So it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was very cool initiative, and it definitely helped. Okay, those were the points. And now my question, Sean and Bran. Last time when Michael went away, we finished the chapter, and did I give you the points for the first act or not? Because
you did.
Okay, so
Yeah, you did, I think.
But does Michael know about the points?
I put it in the notes last time.
Oh, then I'll have to look at it.
So Michael, please look into the notes, because you were given. I'm sure that you were given some points after we finished the chapter 1. So after we finish chapter 1, so you'll be able to add them to your character sheet very, very quickly. Let me recap. For first of all, completing the act, 100 XP. You assisted Big Key's plan, and only you, so you get 15 XP, Michael.
Yeah.
And really, and 15 XP for. Actually, no, sorry, no. That's all. That's all.
I thought I had noted that we each got 15 for being in the fight with the.
With the elves, of course. You're right. So after that, also 15 XP. So Michael, you should get additional 130 XP.
All right, got it.
That's important. Very well. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Now, our next game. Either 28th, of September, or some other day. Please tell me.
28th is going to be the easiest possible option for me for the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
Next weekend I've got stuff going on. The 27th is my dad's 70th birthday, and it's a big ass block party thing. So the 28th will be good. I'll probably be hungover, but I'll be there.
Okay. Sean, Bran.
Yeah, 28 totally.
Sorry, Sean, you're fine. Brian, what about you?
I could do the 28th.
Okay, so we are playing next time on the 28th of September. And we go through this adventure very quickly. Nice. So thank you guys for now. I'll hear from you soon. Take care. Bye.
See you.
Bye.